Yeah. Nick and Perry on the mic, straight killing. Talking wrestling, news, mad thrilling. From the ring to the headline spilling. Every match, every feud, bone chilling. Hip-hop podcast, feel the hype. Every scoop, every match, stay tight. In the ring, we see stars take flight. Nick and Perry bringing truth to light. To light. SmackDown, Raw, they break it all down. From body slams to the champ's new crown. Tag teams, giants, they cover each town. Every heel, every face, every showdown. Hip-hop podcast, feel the hype. Every scoop, every match, stay tight. In the ring, we see stars take flight. Nick and Perry bringing truth to light. To light. Ladder matches to steel cage thrill. From pay-per-views to the backyard mill. Nick and Perry got the inside skill. Wrestling a world at their will. Hip-hop podcast, feel the hype. Every scoop, every match, stay tight. In the ring, we see stars take flight. Nick and Perry bringing truth to light. To light. To light. From pay-per-views to the backyard mill, Nick and Perry got the inside skill. Wrestling world at their will. At the will. Hip-hop podcast, feel the hype. Every scoop, every match, stay tight.
All right, we are live right here, right now. What's going on, everybody? How's everyone doing?
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Cheap Pop Podcast. I'm Nick. Here's always with Perry, and we're here to talk some more wrestling. We have a lot of stuff to get to. A lot of stuff's happened since we last did a show over 2 weeks ago. First off, I know we usually do like a panel episode, like after we do like a solo, like me and Perry one. That's gonna happen next week.
Right.
So you're actually gonna get back-to-back weeks of the podcast. So we'll be doing that next week with Sean and Milfman. So be on the lookout for that. Yeah, so tonight we got a decent amount of stuff to get to because a lot of stuff has happened. SummerSlam happened, this new WWE ESPN deal happened, a bunch of other stuff happened. But the biggest story, obviously, since we, last spoke, Perry, was the passing of Hulk Hogan.
Right.
We talked about it. We talked about his health being really bad last time we did it, and then a few days after we did our podcast episode, it was announced he had passed away.
Right.
So I want to dive into this a little bit because it's a good thing we didn't do a show as soon as he passed away, because now we have like more information, stuff
Right.
like that about some of his health issues that were going on. But July 24th, at the age of 71, Hulk Hogan passed away.
Ironically enough, today is his birthday.
Yeah.
So he would have been 72 today.
Wow. So just a few weeks shy of 72.
Yep.
Which as a side note, and again, not to coming from his era in wrestling years, 71 is like 101 because he.
Oh yeah, guys would die in their 30s and 40s. I mean,
yeah, no, he talked about it all the time in a lot of his podcast interviews that he was one of the last ones still standing from his era.
Right.
So, unfortunately, like we always say, like those guys from that era, they didn't make it to 50. That was like the magic number. Like if you made it past 50, you were like livid, you were old. If you made it past 50 wrestling from that era. But yeah, no, so 71 is crazy. Especially with the amount of stuff he was going through and went through in the past in terms of like health issues. Hulk Hogan passed away at the age of 71, July 24th. The cause of death was revealed to be acute myocardial infarction, commonly known as a heart attack, as confirmed by the District 6 medical examiner. And I'm reading this from an article, so I don't get any of my shit wrong.
Right.
Including ABC News and Today. The Clearwater Police Department reported the emergency personnel responded to a medical call at 9:51 a.m. on July 24th at Hogan's residence in Clearwater Beach, Florida, for a cardiac arrest event. First responders performed CPR for 30 minutes before transporting him to Morton Plant Hospital, where he was pronounced dead at 11:17 a.m. Hogan's cremation report obtained by ABC News noted additional health factors, including a history of hang on.
Atrial fibrillation. I have it.
Atrial fibrillation, yes. AFib. Also known as AFib, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. And chronic lymphatic leukemia, CLL, a type of blood and bone marrow cancer.
That I do not have.
Yes. And we also, nobody knew that he had that. Which
I don't even think he knew he had it.
No, I guess it was in there, like he had not been diagnosed. I don't know if that's the case there. But says here that Hogan faced significant health challenges in the years leading up to his death. He underwent 25 surgeries of the past decade for various issues, including back, knee, hip, shoulder, eye, and abdominal problems. In May 2025, he underwent a major spinal fusion surgery, described as an ACDF, an anterior cervical discectomy, which was highly invasive and required a long recovery period. This procedure reportedly caused damage to his vocal cords and esophagus, and recovery was slower than anticipated. Rumors about Hogan's death circulated prior to his death. Hogan's health circulated prior to his death, with some claiming he was in a coma or on his deathbed. We talked about these rumors a few weeks ago when we last did a show. These were refuted by his wife, his manager Jimmy Hart, who insisted as recently as July 22nd that Hogan was doing phenomenal and his heart was strong, despite these assurances.
Oh, he was at karaoke the night before, remember? Remember when I told you that was bullshit?
Yeah.
Because he was doing a play on words?
Yeah. They held a private memorial service for Hogan on August 5th at a church at the Tampa Clearwater area, specifically in Largo, Florida, attended by immediate family and close friends. The exact location was kept confidential per the family's wishes. Yeah, and they named August 1st Hulk Hogan Day in the state of Florida.
It should have been today. I mean, today is his birthday. That would have made more sense, right?
Yeah.
Really quick in the chat, we got Fred, back from the dead, Venge, Frank, and the MILF Man. What's going on, guys?
All right, go ahead.
Thanks
for but yeah, no, so obviously Hulk Hogan, big part in wrestling. We probably wouldn't be doing this podcast if it wasn't for Hulk Hogan. Because he brought wrestling to the mainstream. He was the first crossover superstar. He was in movies and TV shows. Hell, he had his own animated show.
Rock and
at
wrestling.
one point. Yep. Yeah, I mean, he was a bit. Now again, I know there was a lot of commotion online about people and how they were remembering Hogan.
Here's the thing, okay? The guy's dead. What does it matter? At this point, what does it fucking matter? It's over. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. But I also think, and again, because this is how I feel, I think people can feel the way they want to feel, especially if you were somebody close to him that, was wronged by him, but not just from the video. He had done a lot of messed up shit other than the video that leaked.
I keep hearing that, but what else has he really done?
I mean, there was, I'm pretty sure there was domestic stuff. I'm pretty sure there was other stuff that I
don't remember the domestic stuff, man. I really don't.
I mean,
I just know that the kid got in trouble and he got fucking in trouble that way. That's pretty much it. I don't remember him ever really getting into trouble before the whole tape thing came out.
Yeah, but also it's even from the tape thing, it's if people can feel how they want to feel. I think your feelings towards somebody passing away are your own personal things. We can have our own personal feelings, and there's gonna be people that I know that I don't like. And when they pass away, I'm not gonna be like, oh man, well, You
know what pisses me off though? I really fucking hate this because the guy, he did a stupid thing, but you know what? You had more people praising Chris Benoit for murdering a fucking child. Okay, this guy did nothing on that level. Okay.
Oh yeah, no.
So I see people that are saying, "Oh yeah, Benoit's innocent to this day."
No.
Okay.
Look,
And then
look,
you
yeah,
got
no.
them comparing this guy. Well, Hogan deserved it. It's like, bro, he's a
No.
human being. Okay. He did stupid
Yeah.
shit. You know, I don't agree with all of the shit that he said or did. This guy Hogan,
Well, that's the thing.
but he's a
Two things
human
can be
being. You know what I mean? At the
well,
end
that's
of the
the
day, it
two
is what it
things
is.
two things can be true. You can pay respects to his past. Well, you can pay respects to his past. I'm also saying I didn't agree with everything he did,
Right.
and two things can be true. Like I can like say, hey man, like he didn't said some fucked up shit, but I mean, I'm not gonna sit there and like berate the guy on social media when he passes away.
Right. There's no
And
point at
and
that point.
and most of the time when I'm bigging up Hulk Hogan, I'm bigging up like Hulk Hogan what he did in wrestling for like
Yeah.
what he did
Like, we're
for
not worried
wrestling.
about Terry
Te-
Bollea. You know what I mean?
Terry
Like,
Bollea,
I don't even think
seemed like
Terry Bollea knew who the fuck Terry Bollea was because he was so into Hulk Hogan. You know what I mean?
yeah. Um, but and I know there's like other stuff going on with like apparently I think Brooke Hogan did an interview with Bubba the Love Sponge.
Yeah, I was
Which
actually watching that because he put up he went live and he kept doing this thing about Hogan. So I was like, let me see what this is. I didn't realize it was live. And then she called in while I was like, holy shit. Um
yeah.
yeah, everything that he said was accurate as far as like this whole situation. You know, it's kind of weird because you had Bischoff and Jimmy Hart and all these guys saying, "Oh yeah, no, he's fine, he's doing well," and then the guy drops dead.
Well, there was
You just said he was fine yesterday. He's healthier.
yeah.
He's walking around. He's running around.
He's moonwalking.
Then
Yeah.
he's fucking dead the next
Yeah,
day.
yeah.
So
Well,
what's going on?
There was concerns about, and again, I think he brought him up. I think Brooke brought it up too, that the people around him or his team were kind of working him.
Well, yeah, because you
like,
know why? They're
through
doing
the
that
ground.
freestyle wrestling shit. They're doing the beer. They're doing other stuff. They're not going to get those deals to go through if this guy is dying.
No, and he's always like he was always promoting. Like it was like
That's what I
mostly him,
said.
like,
When we talked about this last time, and I said, I think
Yeah.
there's truth to this, right?
Yeah.
Because I said he always comes out and says something. If something ever comes out about him, he'll tweet. And he hasn't
Yeah.
tweeted. And then
Yeah.
you got Bischoff on Fox and Friends promoting the wrestling thing. It's like, wait a minute. This is called Hulk Hogan's wrestling, not Eric Bischoff's wrestling.
Yeah.
And he's doing, Hulk couldn't make it. He's fine. He's all right. He's at home.
Yeah.
What do you mean he couldn't make it? He's promoting this wrestling federation. So right then and there, you knew something was wrong.
Yeah. That was the red flag.
That was
there.
the red flag. They don't want Eric Bischoff on TV. They want Hulk Hogan on TV. They don't want this guy. So anyway, that's fucking, that freestyle thing ain't gonna go anywhere.
No, I mean,
I'm sure that whoever's running it is gonna cancel that deal or whatever.
it was already facing a lot of roadblocks and speed bumps, like even before this.
Wasn't there
And
stuff
now
like they were trying to get talent and they couldn't find talent? Well, the talent they
were
got
finding-
like sucked or something. I don't remember.
Well,
what
no,
happened.
the talent they got, they were having trouble finding talent, and some of the bigger name talent they did get, that for people that like knew about like freestyle wrestling and like Olympic wrestling and stuff like that, the talent they did get, like that were names. Some of them, well, a few of them got like arrested. There was like DUI stuff going on.
This guy
there was, like,
Milkman, what the fuck?
What do you say?
He's saying that one of the horrible things, and I said, "What horrible things to you?" He goes, "There was a video of Hogan rubbing suntan lotion on his daughter's ass." It's like, yes, we talked about that 10 years ago when it happened, by the way.
Yeah.
But that's not a crime, Milkman. It's disgusting, but it's not a crime.
Yeah, so but yeah, no, it's
What the fuck?
oh man. Yeah, that's crazy. But
It's fucking so stupid.
yeah.
All right, go ahead.
But yeah, no, it's definitely rough. The whole passing thing. Rest in peace to Hogan. I mean, I mean, he did a lot for the business, and whether you love him or you hate him, and I didn't like everything he did either in the like storyline wise. I'm not saying he was the best wrestler ever. He was my favorite wrestler ever, but he is on the Mount Rushmore of pro wrestling. If you ever made one, you can't leave him off.
No, he's up there. Like it's him,
Yeah.
Austin, Flair, and Rock. I mean, it's the way it's got to be. And you know, people be like, "Oh, Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels." No. It doesn't work like that. They were great wrestlers, but listen, that's just the way that it is. Those four guys are the top guys. And well, what about John Cena? Well, John Cena comes later, okay?
Well, also Mount Rushmore doesn't mean best. It means like the founding fathers, like the people that like set the groundwork for other people. That's what people like those guys would be on my Mount Rushmore as well, but they wouldn't be like in my top 5 wrestlers. That's a different conversation. But
I guess so.
Rushmore, for Mount Rushmore, it's the
like Flair's a great worker and a great promo, but Flair's not in the top like 10 or whatever, in my opinion, man. You know what I mean?
Flair,
I don't know. Maybe he is. Maybe he isn't. I don't fucking know.
Flair would probably be lower in my top 10, but like if like towards like 9 or 10.
All right, but, Flair wouldn't be in the top 5, but he would be in the top 10. Yeah. I'll say it that way.
Like Bret Hart wouldn't be on my Mount Rushmore. Bret Hart is my number 1 favorite wrestler of all time. Like if he's in my top, he's my number 1. So
the only thing with Bret, I'm gonna say is you're wicked hot. What's going on, man? The only thing what I'll say about Bret Hart is that he was the only WWF champion that defended the fucking title worldwide.
Yes. Yeah, he did.
Besides Hulk Hogan. But I mean, Bret was like the legit champion. Like he took that mantle seriously.
Champion. He was the world champion.
Yeah.
Like, he went around the world. Yeah.
He went around the world and defended that belt and brought the belt everywhere. Yeah. You know what I mean? So a lot of the guys didn't do that. And by the way, people don't understand. The WWF, that belt was the WWF title. That wasn't a world title. That was their world title, but they never really went worldwide. WCW's belt, which was the world title, which was renamed world title, that was the belt that was defended worldwide, literally, all the time by Ric Flair and Hulk Hogan and all these other guys.
Yeah. But Bret treated it like a world title. Like he treated it like it was the most important title.
That's why WWE brought it back and they kept it and they kept the prestige going, and then they had to merge it and break it off and merge it and break it off, merge it and break it off. They didn't know what they were doing, man. And I'm hearing rumors they're going to merge those belts again. So stay tuned.
I could see it. Another unification match.
Yeah, Punk and Rollins.
But yeah. So do you have any last things to add for Hogan?
Yeah, a lot of people don't think about it this way, but there wouldn't probably even be wrestling right now if it wasn't for this guy. And what we mean by that is this guy came in, became a megastar with Vince McMahon. Okay, he was doing Hulkamania and AWA in the 80s. Okay. Vince McMahon got all the talent from WrestleMania 1 from the AWA. And basically, McMahon did what he claimed Ted Turner did to him, which, wasn't even the case. McMahon raided the AWA talent. He said, hey, we'll pay you more money not to show up to their shows and then come to WWF. He did that with Hogan. He did that with everybody. Even me and Gene. So WrestleMania 1 was basically AWA for a lot of people that don't know that. Anyway, if it wasn't for WrestleMania being a big success, WrestleMania and Hulkamania, they're interchangeable. Like you can't not think of Hulkamania or vice versa for WrestleMania when you hear one of them. Again, when Hogan faded out in the WWF in 93, he went to go to WCW after he said he wouldn't compete with Vince McMahon. He's like, he left the company saying, I'm not going to compete with nobody. I'm going to do TV. He did Thunder in Paradise, and he fucking, it sucked.
Yeah.
So he got an offer to go to WCW since he was down there anyway. And he did it. And if he didn't compete, you wouldn't have gotten the NWO, which means you wouldn't have gotten the Monday Night War, which means you wouldn't have gotten away from the new generation of the WWF, which was horrible.
Yeah.
Oh, no, they had Bret. They had all these guys. Yeah, they had Bret, but nobody was fucking watching. It was a piece of shit. Shawn Michaels, he never drew as a fucking champion. Go back. It was a really hard time for Shawn Michaels. He was getting his ass kicked by the NWO, and he wasn't even in the same company.
Yeah.
But if Hogan didn't do that, if he didn't make that jump, wrestling wouldn't have gotten the shot of another, like, into the Attitude Era. Like, people don't understand something. Hogan got popped for steroids, okay? Or they had the whole steroid trial or whatever.
Trial, yep.
And Hogan's career was done. It was over. People were tired of him. That's why Vince got rid of him. He's like, hey, you know what? He went on TV. He lied on Arsenio Hall, whatever. And McMahon was like, you know what? We got to get rid of you because we got Lex Luger. He's going to do the Hulk Hogan thing now.
Yeah, and also the general like the general like fan base was like more so kind of over the whole.
Yeah, he was played out
at that point. Yeah,
it's like the Cena thing where Cena got really played out by like 07. And people like, we're done with this guy. But, McMahon didn't like
him going to the WCW and forming becoming Hollywood Hogan breathed new life into his career.
Not 100%. Even his career in wrestling. Nobody was fucking watching WCW. Are you kidding me? Even with him on it. Hogan would come out and get booed because he was from New York, right? Even though he's from Florida, but
yeah, and he was still playing the same character specifically that people were already tired of in WWF. He was just
right, And then he's beating Vader, he's beating Flair, and all these guys are pissed off because they're like, "This guy's coming in and beating our guys." That when he turned heel, the Southerners got even more fucking mad at him.
Yeah,
and then everyone got mad at him. Shout out to Anthony. He's in the chat, by the way.
What's up, Anthony?
But that revitalized wrestling because it made Vince McMahon stop and realize, hey, we're about to get thrown off fucking USA Network if we don't fix these ratings. What are we going to do? And because of that, McMahon said, okay, we're going to go for guys like Stone Cold, The Rock. We're going to take the guys that they get rid of, Chris Jericho. We're going to bring them over here and make them in the stars. We're going to show people what they couldn't do, what we can do over here. And McMahon he fucking knocked him out.
Yeah.
But again, that opens up another chapter because they wouldn't have knocked everybody out if it wasn't for Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yeah.
So that's the next one. But Hulk Hogan, if he didn't do all that shit, you wouldn't be watching wrestling right now.
No.
If Steve Austin didn't save the WWF, you wouldn't see the WWF as you see it now, WWE. You wouldn't see it as big as it is right now.
I mean, they were on the verge of bankruptcy before Austin.
Yeah, they were. Hey, that's what they claim, but let's...
I mean, I could believe it with the way they're... I mean, I've always heard people...
Nobody was watching that show, man.
Yeah,
nobody.
And it was just... Yeah, and their attendance was down, and it was not good.
Oh, well, you had The Undertaker. Nobody gave a fuck about The Undertaker. I don't think people understand something. People only care about The Undertaker when they did this streak with Randy Orton, okay? When they did this fucking streak angle, everyone's like, oh my God, I love The Undertaker now. What? You didn't care about him when he was fucking Kane the Undertaker with the mask on his face? When he was Phantom of the Opera? No one gave a fuck about that guy. Holy shit.
When I went back and watched that stuff, I liked it a lot, the younger Undertaker stuff. But
yes, because it was in character, like he was doing the gimmick thing.
Yeah, and it was different at the time.
At the time, Nick, nobody fucking watched it.
Yeah. No one was.
They had to bring in celebrities, kind of like they're doing now, but that's a different story because they own a talent agency now. But they were bringing in Chuck Norris to fucking join the Undertaker. It's like, what the fuck are we doing? The Undertaker couldn't beat up Yokozuna, so Chuck Norris comes out.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck is that? Like, anyway.
Yeah, but yeah. So rest in peace to Hulk Hogan. Yeah, and if any more stuff, comes out about his wrestling league or whatever, we'll cover it on here in terms of like.
Yeah, this shit's DOA, man. It's like that fucking video game marathon. It's fucking dead.
Also, you mentioned Vince McMahon. That photo of him for that documentary.
Nick's audio is low. It sounds fine to me.
Is my audio low? I can.
Not on my end.
Okay.
Anthony, you better raise your phone or something. No one else is complaining but this guy.
I could turn my volume up too, so just let me know.
He probably doesn't even have his earbuds in.
But
all right. What were you saying?
no, but like the Vince that photo of Vince for that documentary they're doing or that special on Hogan.
That's tomorrow,
Did
by
you?
the way.
Yeah, that photo.
What
Vince looks
photo?
like the photo of
Oh,
Vince.
oh yeah, Pepe Le Pew photo, right? The skunk face.
Yeah, no, he
Let me
looks
see if
like
I can grab that.
he looks like he got the soul sucked out of him. Like I saw that photo. I'm like,
Dude, he
that
looked
looks
like a fucking vampire. What was it? A few years ago. Remember we said he looked like a dead person?
yeah.
He looked like a corpse that they just put makeup on.
That photo looks like a paper mache version of Vince McMahon. Like it looks like somebody like made a model.
But he
of Vince
looked like
McMahon.
that on St. Patrick's Day because he had the same thing going on. The Pepe Le Pew. Because that photo came out, remember? Where he was wearing all green?
Yeah, and then
courtside of the basketball game.
And then when he was at the Super Bowl too, he looked the same way. Yeah, it's
right.
I don't know, man. I mean, I know he's older. I mean, was he in his mid-80s?
Dude, this
now?
guy, I don't think he realizes he's not 20 years old anymore. He's fucking 90 years old.
Yeah.
At least Ric Flair looks like an old fuck.
Well, Ric Flair's always looked old. Like
he looked old when he was
20
or 30.
But yeah. Yeah, when I first saw
he looked like he was 80 when he was 30.
when I first saw Ric Flair in WCW when I was younger, I thought he was 70 years old then. And I was like, I'm like, this guy is like, he was like in his 40s there. I was like, holy shit.
Well, Hogan too. Hogan was only in his 40s and when he left WWF.
Oh yeah, no. Hogan was another one. He looked just older. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, no, that Vince photo was crazy. But I guess we'll see.
I'm looking for. Listen, I found it, but it's blurry, so I got to find one that doesn't look blurry. Yeah. It's a TMZ photo. Let me just click on TMZ's website. Oh, this is Instagram. That's why. Just give me a screenshot of this, you stupid son of a bitch. Okay, I got the photo. Here it is. Dude, he looks like some fucking he looks like some executive at fucking AMD or something. Like this guy is old as shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even know, man. And that tie, what the fuck is with that tie?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's like a clown tie. It's not even red, white, and blue. It's just red, blue, and gold. Like, what is that?
Yeah. That's kind of crazy. But yeah, so anyway, next thing I want to talk about real quick is SummerSlam. Because SummerSlam also happened a few days after we recorded.
Right.
Happened not this past weekend, but the weekend before at MetLife in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Between the two shows,
I was there for WrestleMania that one year. 29.
Yeah. Yeah, 29.
You know, I never watched that back. I was at the arena, but I never watched the paper. I got it on Blu-ray and everything. I never watched it back. It's the only WrestleMania I never watched back. I don't know why.
Yeah, so first two nights SummerSlam in history. I watched both nights. Not when they aired, but I watched the second night when it aired.
I think night one was way better than night two.
Night one was better than night two.
Right.
And we'll get into that real quick. Night one, I'm just gonna go through the results real quick, just skim through them until till we get to the main event. Roman Reigns, Jey Uso beat Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed in the opener. The women's tag team match was nothing. I don't know what the hell that was. That was 2 minutes and 20 seconds long.
Bro, let me tell you something, okay? We're gonna get to night two.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you something fucked up about night two. Go ahead.
Another quick match. I mean, this was expected because he was on his way out, but Sami Zayn beat Karrion Kross in 2 minutes and 50 seconds.
Okay, now really quick. I think that shit's a work.
Really?
Yeah, I do.
Even though they're taking bookings and have like a pro wrestling team.
Yeah, I do. Raw just started like 15 minutes ago, so I'm sure he's gonna run out by the end. or they're saving
Do
it
you
for
think?
like a big show or so. Listen to me. How is this guy all over TV and then he's fucking gone the next day? And what is he really gonna do in AEW?
Well, and again, this is again. I'll touch on this real quick. I was going to bring it up later, but we'll talk about Karrion Cross real quick right now. But the whole thing with AEW, and again, I'm speaking about all this allegedly. I want to put this out there before I talk about anything.
Right.
Other people have talked about this. I'm not speaking out of turn. I'm just bringing up what other people said, and this is like other wrestling like podcasts, stuff like that. They don't expect because Karrion Cross and his wife Scarlett are a package deal essentially.
Yes.
They don't expect Scarlett to go in an AEW locker room because of her history with Don Callis.
Right. Hockey fan, what's up?
What's up, hockey fan? Apparently, and again, I heard about this a while back, and then I kind of forgot that it happened, but it got brought back up again recently. People talk about, oh, will you go to AEW? Apparently, there was an incident with Don Callis and Scarlett in TNA that led to Don Callis exiting the company because there was an investigation over SA allegations. I'll say that against him.
This is why I think this is all a work, because where's he going to go? TNA?
Which also works for WWE. So he can,
right. So what the fuck is the point?
WWE. Yeah.
What is he going to do revolutionary? The only thing he could do is work an angle where he's gone, quote, gone, and then he fucking shows up and people go nuts for him. Because they saw it worked with Truth. They saw it worked with Rollins. They saw it works with all these guys. So Triple H is going to do the same shit. Because something works and he's going to keep doing it until people stop caring about all this stuff working. Yeah, I guarantee he's still with the company.
All right, well, we'll see. But yeah, so Sami Zayn beat Karrion Cross.
By the way, we do have to talk about AEW later because I guess CM Punk is still a problem over there. Well, we'll get to that.
What do you mean?
Oh.
Oh.
You didn't hear about MVP and the Hurt Business? They fucking want out.
Is that true?
Yes.
Okay.
Bro, they said the fucking locker room sucks.
Then you had a really good match in my opinion. Stratton versus Jade Cargill. This was a good match. Stratton.
I heard it was the worst match on the show.
I mean, I didn't mind it. I thought it was okay.
I didn't watch it. I had to say that though. I tuned in late.
Then you had we were speaking of celebrities. You had Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul versus Randy Orton and Jelly Roll.
Oh fuck.
I will say Jelly Roll looks great.
Bro, let me tell you something, okay? And I told this to my brother, okay? Jelly Roll makes David Arquette look like Hulk Hogan. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is the worst guy that you could throw in the ring. Can I ask you something? When the when WWF or WWE, when they use celebrities and they fuck shit up, that's fine. But when WCW does it correctly, oh no, we can't have celebrities in our sport.
Well, I think certain celebrities.
You know what I mean? Like they do it better.
I think certain celebrities work and certain celebrities don't work. The Jelly Roll thing was kind of to me. I didn't really care for it. I don't care for Jelly Roll.
The guy didn't do anything. The guy was always like hiding behind Randy Orton and crying and shit. Yeah. It's like, what?
Now I think
the funniest fucking thing ever was when he got Claymore kicked in the head.
yeah, that was funny. Like I don't mind. Like when somebody goes like all out for it, I don't mind it. Like Bad Bunny. Bad Bunny actually was like working hardcore matches. You know, fucking going crazy. Like,
I don't care about that guy. Fuck him.
But he's actually doing it. Like it's different than what Jelly Roll did. It is. It's different. You know. So, and he's one of the biggest. He literally they want to use him more, but he doesn't do it more because he wants to be able to fully invest in himself in doing it. Like right now, he's on like a world tour, like selling out like stadiums. Like he's one of the biggest music artists in the world. Like that's not an
What kind of music did he sing? Country?
No. Bad Bunny's a like
No,
reggaeton.
not Bad Bunny.
Like
Jelly Roll.
no. Jelly Roll is like a mix of like country and like he started off with like hip hop, but he does like mostly country now.
Dude, fuck
Bad
that
Bunny's
guy,
like-
bro. Like, I don't even know anymore. I really don't know.
But then you had the World Heavyweight Championship match, CM Punk versus Gunther. I love this match.
Yeah, it was really
Loved
good.
I like how they were just beating the shit out of each other for however long it was, and I know what's his face said he was atrocious. Brian Alvarez said the match was atrocious, but he has a grudge with CM Punk for
Yeah, you know, Brian Alvarez sucks a big fat cock, all right? Fuck that guy. And I know you're like 4 foot tall, but you try to sound like he's a big guy. Fuck that guy, okay? I'm so sick of these fucking guys, okay? I used to listen to Brian Alvarez. I used to be part of the F4W thing and all that. I used to pay to listen to that shit. I used to listen to him and Brian and the Brian and Vinny show or whatever for years, okay? You were talking from 2005 all the way up until a few years ago. And then when this whole thing went down with AEW, these guys are just fucking lunatics. They really are. They're lunatics.
Well, also his stuff with CM Punk apparently stems from something other than AEW.
Wasn't this something with
Which is
like Maria or something? I don't know.
Maria, yeah.
What happened with that?
Apparently-
What is that?
I don't know what happened with CM with I know Maria and CM Punk dated like 20 years ago.
But they're saying Alvarez had a crush on her because he wrote something a couple of years ago about, oh, I'm married now, I have children, and I'm like, what is this guy saying?
Hang on, I found a article about it.
Dude, AEW sucks fucking cock, okay? I'm just gonna say it right here, right now. There's nothing good going on in that federation. Okay? It's the same shit. John Moxley's been champion for 800 years. He just lost the title to fucking Hangman, who looks like he's got a piece of dog shit on his face. So good fucking luck with that company. They have nothing going on. It's the same shit over and over and over again. These guys have a good match in a different federation, and you're so, it was abysmal. Fuck you.
It says Alvarez has been critical of Punk in the past, particularly regarding Punk's relationship with Maria, who was Alvarez's perceived crush. Punk, in turn, has publicly called out Alvarez, suggesting jealousy and resentment stemming from the relationship.
Dude, he's a fucking guy that talks about wrestling on the internet.
Yeah, what the fuck is, like, you're a grown man. Like,
He's not even in the wrestling business. And he's jealous of a fucking wrestler?
And this was also like CM Punk and Maria dated like in 2006. Like, what the fuck are we talking about? Why is he still holding a grudge for something 20 years ago? He's acting like he was
because
dating Maria
these guys
and
are
she cheated
fucking
on him
nuts,
with-
Nick. They have nothing better to do. If he wasn't with David Alvarez, if he wasn't with Dave Meltzer,
yeah,
nobody would give a fuck about him. That's why he had to join and merge the website. The old IATA days, remember? They had to have these guys on dial-up fucking calling each other.
But yeah, so CM Punk beat Gunther, hit shoot 2
In a great match, by the way.
Yes, great match. And picked up the pin, was holding the title. Then Seth Rollins' music hit. He drops the crutches. He runs down to the ring with Paul Heyman. He hits Punk in the head with the briefcase and hits the stomp. Gets the 1, 2, 3, and Punk is left like shocked by Seth Rollins faking his injury.
Well, we fucking knew this was gonna happen.
Yes.
So this just leads into Punk winning the Rumble and going to WrestleMania. That's all it leads into.
Yeah, it's all along.
Because they're gonna do Team Seth and Team Punk at Survivor Series. Who knows what they're gonna fucking do for No Mercy or whatever, or Bad Blood. What the fuck is happening? I don't even know what happens anymore because they change all the pay-per-views and all the different months.
Yeah. Then we had night 2. Night 2. My second favorite match was the triple threat, the women's match, Naomi versus Rhea Ripley, Io Sky. Love this match. These guys really can't put on a bad match, in my opinion. And
These
Naomi,
guys? Up,
or these,
up,
you know what I mean?
up. We caught you.
Yeah. But yeah, they put on a great match. Naomi ended up picking up the win. Um, and yeah, it was a great match. You had the tag team championship 6-way TLC, the Wyatt Sticks,
Why
the Street
six? Not sticks.
Wyatt Six. Sorry, I misread wrong.
Yeah,
It's
they
written
they
six.
they word it like that. It's six, like sick, like you're a sicko.
Yeah.
Not an AEW
Um,
sicko.
They faced the Street Profits, Motor City Machine Guns, DOI, Faxium, Andrade, and Ray Phoenix. Crazy match. Pretty much what a TLC match should be, in my opinion. And yeah, the Wyatt Six picked up the win. You had the U.S. title, Sol Sikoa, Jacob Fatu in the cage match. Sol Sikoa escaped the cage to pick up the win there. It was a fine match. In a match that was better than I expected, Dominic Mysterio versus AJ Styles for the Intercontinental title.
Did you ever think that you would see that? You know what I mean? That little kid.
Yeah.
This guy was a little
Yeah.
kid 20 years ago, and AJ Styles 20 years ago was ripping up TNA.
Yep. And now they're facing each other. It's crazy, man.
It
But it
is
was a good
crazy.
match. It was fun. And Dominic Mysterio ended up beating AJ Styles to retain the Intercontinental title. And then you had the WWE Championship match, Cody Rhodes versus John Cena in a street fight. By the way,
Wait. What about the Becky Lynch match?
oh yes, Becky Lynch.
Let me tell you
versus,
something. That was the
Victoria.
worst fucking match I ever saw. Okay? And it was boring as shit. And that's all I got to say about that. Horrible fucking match. Hey,
Yeah.
Brian Alvarez, you fucking bitch. I think that was the worst match of the show. The entire
Yeah.
show.
Then you had the WWE Championship match, Cody Rhodes versus John Cena. Also note that on the Go Home show, Cena turned face again. Which
Here's another thing that I'm gonna post this picture of Hulk Hogan with the Power Rangers, by the way. They're in Fortnite right now, so check it out. I will say this. What were you talking about? Who were you talking about?
Cena.
Okay,
face.
listen to me. The WWE could never get heel turns done right. They could never get it done. Okay? This is another example of them fumbling the fucking ball.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
This
So-
has been the worst run of John Cena's career, in my opinion. He is retiring, and this should be the greatest run of his career. Instead, you had 5 months wasted on him running around, not knowing what he's fucking doing. And I didn't like that, man. I think he should have went out. Either you just stick with him being a face the whole way through, or you turn him heel and just get it done.
Well, there was also plans that got discarded along the way.
Yeah, and they're
which I
blaming
think
it was
good.
The Rock's idea, then it wasn't The Rock's idea, then it's Triple H, then it's not Triple H. Like, who the fuck cares who idea it was at this point?
It was a fucked up. I think it was from multiple parties, and it was just a fucked up idea.
Well, they had this WWE thing on Netflix where it's supposed to be real, unreal.
Yeah, I watched that. I enjoyed it.
I didn't watch it. I heard about it.
They're exposing the business. I'm like, bro, we know about. Like, people are so upset because they saw CM Punk and Seth Rollins have a conversation about talking out their match, and they don't actually hate each other.
Yeah, breaking news. They want to make money together. They don't give a fuck. This isn't AEW. You know what I mean?
I was like, but yeah, no, that whole that ending sequence, like, little side note, that ending sequence in the Elimination Chamber, with Punk getting to the ropes from the STF, and then Rollins curb stomping him, and then Cena, like, clamping on the STF as, like, and beating Punk and for the chamber.
Right.
That whole, like, finish was Punk's idea.
Right.
And that whole finish was Punk's idea. But they you see like everybody in the match talking about it, and Punk going over, and like Cena's like, that's fucking great. And then Seth Rollins like, man, that's a great idea, and like all this other shit. So and people are like, oh my god, they like each other. Well,
What's up, Dreadpool?
what's up, Dreadpool? But yeah, so this now I will say this match was great. I like this match a lot. It's a shame that all the stuff now. Cody was using some. I mean, yeah, Cody's not going to turn heel. He was using some heel tactics in this match. He was like using the rope to choke out Cena. He was
The only thing I knew Toady. I knew Cody wasn't turning heel
Oh yeah,
because in AEW he couldn't get fucking cheered to save his life,
yeah.
and he ain't going through that again.
Well, also he is like he's the guy to take. I mean, this was like they say the passing of the torch kind of thing. He's the Cena of now in terms of like the Make-A-Wish guy. He's good with the kids.
Right, but you know what? You know what they fucked up with, Nick? They didn't build this up. The whole fucking summer, they didn't build up the rematch. They just said, oh, Cody's back from vacation. He's in the title match.
Yeah.
And we're like, great. He's going to get beaten now. He looked like a fucking geek, man. I thought Cena was going to kick him in the nuts again. I was like, please kick him in the nuts. He's acting like a fucking geek. Anyway.
But yeah, this match was 37 minutes.
And you know what, man? I said it while it was happening. 5-star match. Got a 5-star match.
Yeah. No, it was a great match. I really enjoyed it.
Because Dave Meltzer loves Cody and Dave Meltzer loves John Cena. So there you go. You get a 5-star match. It can't beat the 6-star match with Omega and Okada, though. It wasn't in the Tokyo Dome.
Yeah. But Cody Rhodes hit multiple crossroads. After the fourth one, he finally got the pin to reclaim the title. There was a whole big passing. They hugged in the middle of the ring, raised each other's hands. Cody left Cena in the ring.
Yeah, should have done this at like WrestleMania or something.
Yeah. Cena's getting cheered, and all this other stuff happens.
There was no build for this.
And
bro, he didn't even turn heel at Summer. He didn't even turn face at Summer. He turned face on SmackDown.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Remember, you know what I thought of when I saw that SmackDown clip of him turning? I thought of, remember the night before Survivor Series 2001, the Monday Night Raw before Survivor Series 2001.
Yeah.
Was it Raw or SmackDown? I think it was Raw. Dude, Austin and Rock are singing together. They're singing fucking like country song. Yeah. And I'm like, bro, these guys are supposed to fucking beat the shit out of each other on Sunday. You know why they were singing? Because finally, this invasion shit was ending. They didn't give a fuck about the in-character thing.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, we're singing because all this shit is over with on Sunday. That's the reason why.
Yeah.
Nobody realized it at the time.
Yeah.
They did the same thing on SmackDown with John Cena and Cody Rhodes.
Yeah.
They should have turned them at the pay-per-view. And it should have been at WrestleMania. And then, like, okay, Rock and Hogan at WrestleMania. Hogan's a bad guy. He's getting cheered, though, but he's a bad guy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Hogan passes the torch to Rock at the end because he loses.
Yeah.
And then people go crazy for Hogan. That's what they should have done with Cena.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. But anyway, at the end of the match, Cena's about to leave the ring. Brock Lesnar's music hits.
Of course, because he's got to always fucking come in and fucking ruin this guy.
So, Brock Lesnar comes out, gives Cena an F5.
You know, this happened like 3 or 4 times in his career.
Yeah.
It's crazy, right?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. I mean, when he came back in 2012, it was like the most before this one was like the
2012, and I read he did it like 3 other times.
Yeah.
So
laid out Cena, and that's how the show ended. And that will parlay us into our next topic, Brock's WWE return. We talked about Brock being named in the Janelle Grant lawsuit. Again, he's not being sued, but his name comes up as a person that was
So here's what
exchanging
happened,
messages.
and we talked about this. His name was in the documents.
Yes.
For receiving certain things by Pepe Le Pew. What do? You take the guy off TV because you don't want sponsors to pull out. It's public knowledge now. You know what I mean? Everyone can read that. They just waited till it died down a little bit and they fucking brought him back. I mean, it is what it is. Again, I'm in the middle on this one because he didn't really do anything wrong.
No, I mean,
but he was part of something that was wrong, whether he realized it or not.
Yes.
And he should probably not be on TV until everything is over with.
Yes.
But look at UFC. They bring back all these guys. They bring back they fucking bail these guys out of prison to fucking make sure they fight on fucking Saturday night. You know what I mean? They don't care. They don't give a fuck. They want money.
No.
They don't give a fuck. You look at the product, it's not even wrestling anymore. And by the way, this is what, and we talked about this before. Vince McMahon was always against this shit, this, putting the banners in the ring and all that other shit. He was
the ads, yeah.
He always claimed that Ted Turner and WCW was corporate wrestling. He goes, "We're never going to be that. You're corporate wrestling now, buddy." You know what I mean?
Oh, 100%.
It's not. It doesn't even feel like it's WWE when you go there now. Like when I went to the Garden, I had a great time, but at the same time, I'm like, this is not the same company. This is totally not the same company.
Yeah. So, we'll dive into more about Brock Lesnar a little bit here in terms of for those who don't know, Lesnar's been absent for 2 years. Actually, it was SummerSlam 2023 was the last time Brock was in action on WWE TV. That was when he lost to Cody. His hiatus was largely due to his name being linked in the lawsuit filed by former WWE employee Janelle Grant against Vince McMahon and John Laurinaitis in January of 2024. While Lesnar is not a defendant and faced no criminal charges, WWE pulled him from planned appearances, including the 2024 Royal Rumble and his planned WrestleMania match against Gunther. Because remember, he was supposed to
and that's the first thing I fucking saw on. Are we gonna get the match with Gunther now? Who cares? Go fuck yourself. Jesus Christ. And by the way, we'll talk about Gunther again because guess what? Somebody who you wouldn't think talked crazy shit about Gunther.
I did see that.
Yeah.
Despite his
you sure Hogan's gone? I think we got another one.
Despite his absence, it has since been revealed that Lesnar has remained under contract and was never removed from WWE Superstar page, and also was paid over the last 2 years the same salary he was paid.
Of course, he was paid
previously, though he was excluded from the WWE 2K24 video game.
And I'm sure he's pissed.
Yeah,
that's a lot of money.
The return was kept highly secretive. Even writers, producers, and production crew were unaware until the last
that's
moment.
Bullshit. I'm going to tell you, last month, they teased that his merchandise went back up or something.
What? Yeah. Well, they
put him back on the alumni page, or they took him off the alumni page or something.
Well, he was never moved from the alumni page. He was never moved from the Superstar.
Okay,
page.
but the night of SummerSlam or the night before SummerSlam, they did something on the website.
But a week before SummerSlam, some of his old merch went back up online,
right?
And it was discounted, and a lot of people were trying to ask for confirmation, like people that have contacts with WWE, like different dirt sheets were trying to ask for confirmation. They couldn't get a clear answer, but it was like old merch that was discounted, so it looked like they were just trying to clear stock.
Yeah, but they don't put people's merch up that don't work there. That's the whole thing, or that.
So it
that
says Lesnar was. Lesnar was flown in to Minnesota and then went to Teterboro Airport in Teterboro, New Jersey, privately on Saturday, August 2nd, and was in his own separate room until 9:15 p.m. Eastern during the Cena Rhodes main event. WWE's legal team cleared Lesnar for his return approximately 4 weeks prior, though the exact reasons remain unclear. It says speculation suggests confidence in the lawsuit moving to arbitration, a potential settlement, or a change in internal stance. WWE President Nick Khan and Chief Content Officer Paul Levesque personally reached out to Lesnar weeks before SummerSlam.
Oh, it wasn't Rock.
plan- with the plan to
This way, if it falls flat, they could blame Rock.
yeah. Now, do you think that Cena actually requested Lesnar?
I do.
Okay. Because it says here that Lesnar's return is primarily tied to Cena's farewell tour, with indications that Cena specifically requested a program with Lesnar before his retirement in 2025, December 2025.
Let me tell you something. They can pretend, oh yeah, no, we thought he would be good for Cena. No. This guy requested this guy.
Mm-hmm.
If he's retiring, he wants to wrestle all his guys, and so far he's wrestled everybody.
Greatest hits,
right?
Greatest hits, yeah.
And they brought him in exactly the way that they always do. He comes in and F5s them all the fucking time. He's done this like 3 or 4 times already.
Yeah.
This is nothing new. They're gonna have a great match.
I feel the same way about the whole Brock situation as you do, where I'm in the middle, where I know like why they're doing it. I get it from a business perspective, and I know
they might have him do the Cena match and then fucking tell him to fuck off again. I don't know.
Maybe. I mean, but I do feel the same way as you about the other side too, where it's like he was involved in some crazy shit, man. I mean, his name comes up in that lawsuit I think 45 times or some shit. I mean, it's even though he's not being subpoenaed, he's not getting any charges.
Well, here's the thing.
Against him.
He could have obviously he knew that his boss was sending him shit.
Yeah.
But did he know what his boss was really doing? That's the whole thing. And you can't really prove that because unless there's a text or something, and you can't say he's in on it because there's nothing to be in on. Vince McMahon, I don't know, Nick. Before he got in trouble, like a week before he got in trouble, he gave you $100. He saw you at Wawa. It's like, here's $100 for being a fan, and you took it.
Yeah.
His name comes up a week later, and you're like, oh fuck, he gave me $100.
Yeah.
You didn't have anything to do with what the fuck he did prior to giving you the $100.
No.
So who the hell knows if Lesnar knows what the fuck he was really doing?
Yeah, we don't know. He could have known. He could have not have known.
Right. That's the whole thing. And he's not on trial. He's just part of the lawsuit as a witness or whatever, right? So
yeah. Let me see here. Coming, blah blah blah. Yeah, so
I think people should just realize though that Vince McMahon is a sick guy. I mean, he's got a lot of fucking problems.
Oh, 100%. He's not a good person.
No, absolutely not.
So, but he's back, and that's again, just like what I think people could feel however they want to feel. I know some people are like, like I'm not gonna.
They don't care. I've been reading the internet. Everyone's fucking happy that he's back, which is it's funny. Okay, when he had the title, what was it, 10 years ago, and he wasn't on the shows, people wanted this guy dead. They were like, fire him, don't bring him back, get the belt back, and just leave him at home, blah, blah, blah. Now they love this. This guy comes back with fucking long hair, and they love this guy all of a sudden. Oh, and a cowboy hat. He came back with a cowboy hat, and people love him now.
Yeah.
It's like, what happened? I thought everyone fucking hated this guy for hogging the title.
And I did.
Wrestling fans are fucking stupid, bro. They really are. They're fucking dumb. All right.
And I know it probably wasn't the majority, but I did see people that were calling this out as being fucked up.
Yeah, but it was a very small amount. I saw that online. Yeah. Listen to me. If the company doesn't give a fuck at this point, you got to run with it. What are you going to do? You're going to fight City Hall? You can't. He's on fucking TV. You watch it, you don't watch it. They don't care. They're making millions of fucking dollars. They could care less what the people. Just look at UFC over the years. They don't give a fuck. Yeah. They were gonna fucking remember we talked about they were gonna put UFC on a private island to get one of these guys to fight.
Yeah, no. What they
were gonna do some Mortal Kombat shit. To have these guys fight because the one guy couldn't fight somewhere. He was banned or something.
Yeah, well they eventually did do something during the pandemic. They did Fight Island.
Right.
And that was in they did some they set up a
but they were gonna have it because what was it? John Jones? One of these guys was barred from fighting.
Yeah.
So they said, fuck it, we're gonna move it to an island where he could fight. So if that doesn't tell you something, this
They don't give a
company
shit, yeah.
TKO, they don't give a fuck. They want to make money.
No. Yeah.
They
So,
don't care about
that's-
morals. They're done. And by the
Speaking
way,
of-
McMahon never cared about morals either. Let's face it.
No. Speaking of making money, that parlays us to our next news story, the WWE ESPN deal.
Oh, fuck.
So it was announced a few days ago that WWE and ESPN have entered a 5-year, $1.65 billion media rights agreement to start in 2026, which will ESPN will pay WWE an average of $325
What the fuck is
million
ESPN doing?
a
This
year.
shit is fake. It's like all these companies that just doing entertainment now.
Says the deal makes
What-
ESPN the
Whoa,
exclusive
whoa, whoa.
U.S.
Hang on.
What's up?
Okay, so listen. ESPN is basically entertainment now.
Well, the E in ESPN means entertainment.
Right, but that was to bring you the coverage of the sports.
Yeah.
And an entertaining look at not like, hey, all this shit's fake.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now, this is entertainment, so what's the point?
Well, I mean, this is like, and we'll get into what
You could
they're
cover
gonna
the
be.
fucking game now, but you could lie. You could say, hey, that guy
Yeah.
got tackled because he shit himself. And the
Yeah.
other guy smelled it and jumped on him.
Well, yeah, I
You
mean,
can say whatever you want
ESPN
now.
Well, ESPN lost the it became much more about like it lost the plot a little bit a long time ago.
I think
Just
so,
for that.
man. This deal kind of shows you
Um,
that.
But now
Now you got Stephen A. Smith with Michael Cole. Like, what the fuck is
oh,
this
no,
shit?
I
Well,
hope not.
no, they're saying they're gonna have Sports Center on the pay-per-views, on the main pay-per-views.
That's crazy.
So at WrestleMania, you're gonna have Sports Center as the pre-show.
Yeah. But yeah, this is a busy week for ESPN. They also laid out $5 billion to acquire NFL Red Zone from the NFL. And from NFL Network. So that's probably gonna be a whole other situation. I won't get into that because it goes into football shit, but it's it's probably not gonna be the same situation. It's probably not gonna be the same show that it was on NFL Network because ESPN owns it now. But anyway, this deal makes ESPN the exclusive U.S. domestic home for all WWE PLEs, including WrestleMania, SummerSlam, Royal Rumble, Survivor Series. The events will stream on ESPN's new streaming service. They're probably coming out a new direct-to-consumer streaming service, launching August 21st at $29.99 per month, with select events simulcast on ESPN TV channels. So it's gonna be $30 a month. Remember back in the WWE Network days when they made a whole song about only paying $9.99?
Well, that was to hook you, like kind of like
Yeah.
Xbox did that bullshit. It was $9.99.
Yeah. It says all WWE PLEs will be available on ESPN's direct-to-consumer platform in their entirety, with ESPN also having the option to stream pre- and post-show events. SportsCenter is expected to broadcast from some PLE locations. Financials: the deal is significantly increased from WWE's previous 5-year, $900 million deal with Peacock. We're representing a 1.6 times increase in rights fees.
I know why they did the deal, obviously, because WWE cost them 9.8 billion.
Yes.
So you
they're
just
trying to
got
make their money
5
back.
point something billion back plus whatever they made the last couple of years. They pretty much paid for the company.
Now it says this does not
They
include,
paid for the company in record time. Do you realize this?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
This deal does not include WWE's content library or NXT PLEs. The status of WWE's archives, which
Yeah,
are
because
on
it's more money.
Peacock,
It's elsewhere and
which
it's making them
which-
more money.
which is on Peacock, remains unclear, with speculation about a potential move to Netflix or YouTube due to WWE's relationship with Google.
What is
says
their
the-
relationship with Google?
I don't know.
They act like
I
we
don't
know
know.
all this. Like I'm supposed to keep a fucking spreadsheet of who they're friends with now? Like what is this?
Let's see. It says leverages various Google platform services, part of his
It's
digital
just to watch a bunch of
strategy.
guys in underwear. I gotta fucking do all this?
Yeah, I can't find anything. Maybe that's just a mistype. But anyway,
Well, here's the thing. This tier is $30 a month. Okay,
yes,
that's $300 a year. I'm not paying that shit for this.
no,
Is it 300 or 200? I think it's 300, right?
yeah, 30 times 12.
I haven't been in school in 20 something years. $360.
360. Yeah, $360.
Bro, fuck
a
that
year.
bullshit. No thanks.
Yeah. And also, you gotta subscribe to Netflix to watch Raw. So it's like, it's all this other shit.
That's
It's like,
over $500 a year to watch
Yeah.
wrestling. No thanks.
it says Netflix.
People are going to be pirating wrestling a lot more in 2026.
Oh yeah,
That's for sure.
But now this deal is pretty similar to the deal that UFC got in 2019 with ESPN when they signed their deal. But their deal's up at the end of this year, so it's obviously they just took some of that money and they were like, all right, let's get it to WWE. Now UFC, on the other hand, we talked about last time we did a show, or one of the last times we did a show. And again, I'll just bring this up quickly because it's also TKO related.
Right. They own both.
Yes. So UFC, I said, and from what people were saying in the MMA world, that they were going to be leaving ESPN. There's like, you know, a lot of like back and forth on both sides of ESPN and UFC not being they're not getting along.
Right.
And UFC wants more money. So just today, it was announced that UFC has signed a deal with Paramount. Now UFC and Paramount, the deal
So
is
are we going to
7
get
years.
Star Trek fighters and shit? Like, what are we doing here?
The deal is 7 years, $7.7 billion. So it's $1.1 billion a year. They're
For these
paying
guys
the
just to punch
UFC.
each other for 2 seconds? Like, come on, man. Like, this is fucking ridiculous. What is
It
everyone
says-
blowing their money on?
Now this is
You could start your own fucking league for that much money. Jesus Christ.
Now this will bring UFC to Paramount Plus, which is $8 a month.
Not
and
anymore.
and
Once they get on there, it's just going to be $80 a month.
Well, they're hyping it up as $8 a month, and the main reason they're doing that is the big thing about this is that when we talked about why ESPN wasn't working with UFC or why it wasn't working on ESPN Plus was because when UFC was on ESPN Plus, you need to have an ESPN Plus account.
And then you
So you
need
had to pay, and
the
then
package
you need to pay
for
the
UFC.
pay-per-view.
Yep.
No, you need to pay for the pay-per-view. So
okay.
$70. Yeah.
Yeah,
per
fuck
pay-per-view.
that.
So this deal is them officially retiring the pay-per-view model. There's no more pay-per-view model for UFC. You just pay $8 a month and you get the pay-per-view. That's it. There's no pay-per-view model.
Well, that's what we were doing Peacock. What the fuck?
Yes. So, and also some marquee fights, if they're big enough, will also be for free on CBS as well. This is a
And CBS is owned by Paramount.
Yes. So they'll say if like John Jones fights, he comes out of retirement, which he's talking about doing already, fucking idiot.
Of course he is.
Yeah. But say he wants
He's got
to
a
come out of
habit, you
retirement,
know.
that fight would probably be that fight would more than likely be on CBS. And I mean it makes sense. Because I mean UFC, at least for me, I never paid for those $70 fucking no.
I haven't watched the UFC show. So
I either, and I, as somebody who consumed the UFC, I either find a stream, allegedly.
Okay, I lied. I watched the Punk show, but I don't know how I watched it. I don't think I paid for it. I don't remember.
I don't think you paid for it. I watched the one with you, and I don't think you paid for it.
Did we order it?
I don't know.
Or did we watch it online? I don't even fucking remember.
But
I just saw the Punk fights.
So I would either find a stream, or I would get some friends together and go to a bar, and you just buy a couple drinks, and you don't have to pay any. You're just paying for your drinks and your food, and you just watch it. And that's how a lot of people enjoy UFC. The bars get packed. Everyone's at Buffalo Wild Wings, fucking throwing tenders in the air and shit. And it's fucking that's how people consume UFC. It's like a big group outing. That's another reason why the shit's down. UFC has a function on their website, Perry, called Find a Bar that near you. Like it's a little like you could type in your address and it'll show you
Yeah,
the
because they
bars
get
near
royalties
you.
from the bars. It was just
Well, yeah.
fucking
Oh, yeah.
ridiculous, man. Just to watch fucking TV.
But it's but yeah, I mean that's how a lot of people enjoy UFC. Now this is a busy week for
Enjoy.
Paramount,
It seems like it's a goddamn job just to watch TV.
but so it's for 7 years. Total value 7.7 billion with an average annual value of 1.1 billion. The payment schedule is weighted towards the back end, meaning payments increase later years of the deal. Says it will have 13 marquee numbered events, which is the main pay-per-views like UFC 2 whatever or 300 whatever, and then there will be 30 fight nights, which are usually the free shows for UFC, delivering over 350 hours of live content. It says no addition. UFC starting 2026. All UFC content, including premium numbered events, will be available to Paramount Plus subscribers at no additional cost beyond the standard subscription fee. Socialize increases exposure for athletes. Yep. So anyway, yeah, it's a big deal for the UFC and also Paramount, who they've been dealing with a lot of shakeups. They've been canceling certain shows. They just gave fucking South Park another $2 billion.
I saw that. That's crazy.
For 5 years.
And
so
by the way, if for some reason the network gets rid of South Park, they still get that money.
It's fully guaranteed.
That's crazy. So let me
just
tell you something. I've been hearing the last few years, the economy is destroyed, this and that. Oh, our economy is still fucked up, blah, blah. Where's all this money coming from?
Yeah,
all these corporations are buying fucking fighting. These guys are in their underwear beating each other up for fucking billions of dollars.
Literally.
Oh, yeah, no, we'll give you fucking $8 billion. No problem. Everyone's just fucking starving over here. We'll give you $8 billion. Make sure these two guys are in underwear next week. You got your $8 billion. What the fuck?
Well, also, all these deals have to be...
What is happening?
All these deals have to be approved as well. I will say that. But also, Paramount did some things to make sure their deals get approved. I'm just going to say that. I'll leave it at that. Right. But they did some things in the last few weeks that made sure that their deals will get approved. 100%. So...
Apple.
Yeah. So, yeah. That's the world we live in, man. The rich get richer, the fucking and these corporations, they just throw money around like it's like just between this and South Park, it's a total of $10 billion in the last 3 weeks they've spent. $10 billion.
And they want $30 a month from me.
ESPN
they should be giving me fucking ESPN for free. You got all this money, fucking share it.
Oh,
God damn. You know what's fucked up too? You're going to make me pay $30 a month for this shit, and then you're going to put commercials on it anyway. Just put commercials on it and give it to me for free. What the fuck?
Yeah. Yep.
Whatever. I'm not buying this bullshit. Sorry. I'll do a 7-day free trial when WrestleMania rolls around, and that's it.
Yeah. Facts.
And Captain Cat, shout out to Captain Cat. He came in while we were talking. He's in the UK. He says they get the pay-per-views on. Yes, you do, because the international rights of the pay-per-views are on Netflix. For the USA, Peacock has the rights for the pay-per-views until this ESPN deal goes through into 2026, early 2026. So I'm assuming WrestleMania is the first show, because you all got to go out and buy that shit for WrestleMania.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or they'll soft you with Royal Rumble, so your 7-day trial runs out, and then you have to get WrestleMania. So, but this guy ain't going to do that. This guy's going to wait. I'll wait till WrestleMania, and then I'll do the 7-day trial, and that's it.
Yeah. So, well, speaking of WrestleMania and also the Royal Rumble, because the Royal Rumble this year, is in Saudi Arabia, and there was news that came out this week that WWE wants to, and I said this originally when they first announced this deal 10 years ago, that eventually you will see a WrestleMania in Saudi Arabia. And there's talks about them not only doing a WrestleMania in Saudi Arabia, but have that it being its own thing. Like they're going to do 2 WrestleManias, a US WrestleMania and a Saudi Arabia WrestleMania.
Dude,
Possible
just do one.
the discussion around WrestleMania potentially being held in Saudi Arabia centers on speculation.
But you
about
know
a
why they're
possible
doing 2 of them? Because of the fucking money.
Yeah.
They're probably offering billions to get one show over there. And then they're going to take the billions and then they're going to be, yeah, a month later, we're just going to do in Vegas again and make more money.
Yeah. So since 2018,
why didn't Vince
WWE
do
said-
this?
Since 2018, WWE's had a 10-year partnership.
This guy
with,
got George Lucas. Holy shit.
with the Saudi Arabia's General Entertainment Authority as part of a Vision 2030 initiative. The deal revolves around hosting 2 major PLEs annually, such as Crown and Jewel Night of Champions, and this year's Greatest Royal Rumble.
The greatest Royal Rumble.
Saudi Arabia will host the Royal Rumble, marking the first of the big.
Why don't
4
we just
WWE
do 2
events.
of every pay-per-view over there?
Yeah. So you're gonna get the greatest WrestleMania instead of the
The greatest.
WrestleMania. It says
It's the greatest because they get paid the most money. That's why.
Reports suggest that Saudi has been pushing to host WrestleMania for years and is willing to pay a significant fee to make it the most lucrative WrestleMania in history.
Right. And instead of the company just giving them the one WrestleMania, the company has to be greeting. Yeah, we're going to give them some bootleg shit and then we're still going to do WrestleMania. What are you doing? Just give them a good WrestleMania, man. That's it.
This would potentially happen in 2027. There's talk with WWE potentially hosting 2 WrestleManias, one in Saudi Arabia, one in North America.
And that's, who's fucking happy too? ESPN. Another $30.
Yeah. This would be the departure from traditions. WrestleMania has always been a single event held in neither US or Canada.
And by the way, that's if ESPN doesn't raise it to $35 by 2027.
Oh yeah, they might raise it 100%. All these streaming services raise their prices.
And they might go, yeah, you know what? You used to pay $60 for WrestleMania. Well, you're going to pay us $40 a month now. And then we're back to cable. We're back to where we were before we started with all this.
No, I saw a tweet that was funny that said, I can't wait till all these streaming services combine to form the streaming service called cable.
Right.
Because it's literally just the same thing as cable.
It is. But, YouTube TV, they were having arguments with the companies. And they're like, oh, yeah, we might have to take Food Network off. It's like, we're doing cable again. This is cable, but just over the internet. All right, go ahead.
So it says a few more quick things here. Saudi officials reportedly are pushing for not only for WrestleMania, but they want Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson to headline the event. That's what they're pushing for. Leveraging his global star power to maximize its impact. The financial incentive is significant. WWE currently earns $50 million per PLE in Saudi Arabia, and hosting WrestleMania could command an even higher fee, potentially breaking revenue records for the company. So,
well, they're going to give them what they want if The Rock wants to do it.
Yeah, I mean, if The Rock wants to do it, I mean, no one's talking about this, and I'm just going to bring this up as a little side note. I saw an interview with The Rock. It doesn't have that many views. It's not about wrestling or nothing like that. It's about it's with some doctor's YouTube channel. And he talks about some I think problems he was having with his gut health or whatever.
Right.
I guess in terms of his digestive system, whatever the case may be. He also casually brings up during that he's having some cardiovascular issues.
Well, no fucking shit. Did you see this guy blow up in WrestleMania 29 when I was over there?
I only bring this up to say that I don't know if The Rock should be wrestling if he's having cardiovascular issues. He didn't go into the extent of what they are, but I'm like, bro, no. Half the comments are like, Rock, no fucking shit. You're having you're fucking
for fucking Hercules. The guy blew up. We make fun of him. We call him Clady. Jesus Christ. We call him oh God, help me, Frank, in the chat. Tiny. We call him Tiny from Clay Fighter, the video game Clay Fighter.
Yeah.
I'll pull up Tiny in a second.
Yeah.
He went from looking like nothing to tiny.
Yeah. No, he is in. Yeah, no, it's insane how I remember when I saw him, not just for Hercules,
Clady.
but like when he was in Fast 5 or Fast 6 or whatever it was. That man couldn't even fucking walk straight, bro. He waddled because he was
Well,
so
if you
big.
listen to me, if you remember like the old WWF stuff, even from like 98, 99,
He wasn't that big.
he
was
wasn't
like,
that big, but listen, when he would get knocked out, you would hear him in the ring go, I was like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? But you wouldn't think anything like that.
No, his body back in
He
when
would
was
pant a
wrestling,
lot back in the day.
Yeah, his body, like at least from visually, it looked like an obtainable body. It looked like just some guy that worked
Yeah,
out
but
a
you're
lot.
still on steroids back then.
Yeah, but now, I mean, whatever he tripled the dosage once he left.
This is a photo of The Rock from 2013 until current.
Yeah.
We have
Yeah,
it
no,
on the
that
screen here.
That shit's crazy.
It's a picture of Tiny. It's not even a picture of Rock.
Yeah.
Although I will say, if they ever make a Clay Fighter movie, I mean, you got him.
Oh,
like he's right there.
He's in.
He's in.
He's in.
So I don't know who the hell owns whatever Interactive. I forgot what their name was. Whoever owns the rights to that, get on Rock because he's ready to go. You don't even have to put makeup on the guy.
Side note for The Rock. I do like that he's trying to get into more of his acting bag now. He's doing more like serious roles and not doing the old action movie stuff.
He wants an Academy Award before he wraps
Yeah,
it up. That's why.
Which I think he has the acting chops to do it. I always said that. I just thought he was always in movies that he just didn't need to act. He just was himself.
Right.
But that movie he's doing, War Machine or the whatever the hell it's called, not War Machine. What the fuck's it called? Smashing Machine. Have you seen the trailer for that? It looks great.
Yeah,
Really
the makeup looks fucking wonky though on him. I'll be honest.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think it's supposed to look like that just because he was kind of a weird looking dude.
Okay.
But yeah, no, it's but he even in that though, he looks fucking huge. I mean, because he had a.
That's what I'm saying, man. It's just.
Yeah,
he hulked himself. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, he's yeah, I hope the best for his health, but I mean, yeah, I don't know if in 2027 Rock's gonna be fucking running the ropes and shit. Maybe he comes in, does a rock bottom and leaves, but like that's I don't know if he wrestles a full match. But yeah, so says there's uncertainty about whether Saudi WrestleMania will be the main WrestleMania or a separate branded event, i.e. Super WrestleMania, akin to Greatest Royal Rumble. This could allow WWE to maintain its traditional US-based WrestleMania.
So are we keeping the numbers, or are we doing the two different numbers in 1 year? What are we doing here?
I don't know. That's what I'm thinking. I think it might be like the greatest, or they'll call it something different.
I don't know.
And
then they're gonna get mad that it's not tied into like the history of WrestleMania. I guarantee you, like they're paying big money for this. Like they want that shit to be. I can guarantee you, they want the WrestleMania to be big. They want it to be like part of WWE's like history.
Yeah, no, 100%.
I don't know. Maybe they don't care. Maybe they just want the fucking show. They don't care.
But yeah, so that's WWE's deal with that's the rumors going on about WWE's deal with Saudi Arabia could potentially lead to WrestleMania, which I figured it was going to happen eventually. I mean, especially once they started putting Royal Rumbles over there, they weren't just doing their own like Crown Jewel and their own like branded stuff. They were starting to put the big four over there. I was like, oh, it's definitely.
Why can't these guys just want SmackDown over there?
They want the stuff, and they have an unlimited amount of money to fucking do whatever the fuck.
Well,
they
yeah,
want.
obviously. That's how they got them over there to begin with.
It's not just WWE. They do it with the UFC. They do it with boxing. They do it with
Oh yeah, Michael
um.
Bublé was over there, which was
They,
shocking.
they started a friggin' a baseball league.
Well, the golf. Didn't you tell me about the golfers that they were
Live
grabbing all
Golf.
the golfers over here?
Yep, Live Golf. They did the Live Golf, which eventually they merged with the PGA.
Right, right.
But a lot of golfers were declining to go over there just for various other reasons of why they didn't want to go to Saudi Arabia. But I know like they offered Tiger Woods a huge bag and he said no. They offered him like $500 million or some shit. He said no.
Wow.
Yeah, he was like, nah, I'm good.
Well, he's got money already. That's why.
Oh yeah. But also it's like there was other reasons why he didn't want to go. But anyway, yes, that's the whole thing with WWE and Saudi Arabia. We'll see what happens with that. I think what's gonna happen. I don't know if they'll make it a main one or if they'll do two. Who the fuck knows? You never know with this fucking company nowadays. But someone in the chat, Captain Catch says WrestleMania should always be in the US. I agree. Well, I mean,
he's from the UK. You don't want it in the UK, buddy?
It would be cool to see in the UK, I think.
Right.
I don't.
The UK has been dying for WrestleMania.
Yeah.
And they keep every year they ask Triple H, when's it coming?
I would say this.
We gotta look at it.
I don't think it should only be in the US. I think there should only be one WrestleMania though. Like in terms of like
it's worldwide.
You shouldn't do WrestleMania for 2 nights and then do a separate WrestleMania just because you're getting paid a shit ton. It's like it.
Yeah, but that's TKO. If it wouldn't be Vince, because here's the thing with McMahon, he'll be like, you know what, the highest bidder gets it this year, and then whoever didn't get it this year is gonna pay even more money next year.
Yeah,
these guys, I get it. They want their investment back. They put $9.8 billion into this company. They want all that fucking money back, and then they want to make their profits immediately.
Mm-hmm.
So it seems like they're almost there making all their money back. They probably will make their money back by the end of this year for the company. Okay? Now they want to start making money because it's going to be all gravy from here on out. All those investors and shareholders of that company, forget about it. Everyone's going to be fucking rich. If they can keep the momentum, they're going to be billionaires.
Oh,
these guys are multimillionaires now. They're going to be billionaires.
Yeah.
Within the next 2 to 3 years, guaranteed. If they can keep this company's momentum going, which I'm sure they will because they're the only company.
Yeah.
And again, you could thank Hulk Hogan for that.
Yeah. They did do a SummerSlam in the UK before, didn't they?
Yeah, at Wembley Stadium.
Yeah.
That's why AEW fucking tried to do it. And it's like, dude, you guys suck. You're not the same.
Now, what do you want to bring up about AEW? Something about AEW?
John Moxley fucking cutting his fucking legs up in fucking AEW with glass and shit. That's not what they want. Come on.
It was something with CM Punk. You said something about.
Oh no, the Hurt Business are having a hard time with that company right now. They're saying everyone backstage is a pain in the ass to work with. Everyone has no respect for anybody. And I thought this problem was with CM Punk. I didn't realize that it was a problem with other people that are going there. What's going on?
Well, ever since CM Punk left, there's been so much other drama that went on behind the scenes.
Oh no, it was all his fault. Come on, he was still there somehow. He's sneaking in backstage, causing trouble for everybody.
Yeah, we knew that was bullshit.
And by the way, we all knew that was bullshit. But by the way, it was funny because when he won the WWE title at SummerSlam, or whatever the fuck, the world title, whatever they're calling the stupid thing.
Yeah.
Somebody put in the comments, the only man to be the AEW champion and WWE champion. And of course, all these stupid idiots came out. What do you mean? John Moxley's the champion right now. It's like, you idiot. He won the belt and never fucking lost it. So he's technically still the AEW champion.
Yeah.
He was a dual champion when he won the WWE world title, you morons.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I think I did see something about the Hurt Business not being happy, but I didn't know how true it was. Because I take everything I see on Twitter with like a grain of salt until I see other shit about it.
Well, MVP is fucking speaking. He's not just tweeting. He's telling everybody. And people are like, oh, well, they should have known what they were signing up for. It's like, bro, how do you know? These guys are being told, yeah, we're going to put you on TV, we're going to use you, we're going to pay you, and they go there and they want the young bucks to beat them. It's like, bro, you fucking serious? You want a couple of 4-foot tall guys to beat Bobby Lashley in a tag match? What are you, crazy? This company's got to start. They got to stop smelling their own fucking farts, man. I don't care how much money Tony Khan's got. At some point, you're gonna run out of money because you're not making any money.
Yeah, apparently MVP has some issues with
I can get a picture of him.
With particularly overbooking. It says, reports from August 25 indicate some backstage heat with MVP, particularly overbooking decisions. MVP reportedly resisted the Hurt Syndicate losing to teams like Jet Speed or FTR, preferring to drop the titles to younger teams like the Gates of Agony, the Outrunners, or Private Party. This has caused friction with some of the AEW talent and the Hurt Syndicate.
Well, he was also pissed because of Speedball Mike Bailey was playing video games backstage and not listening to him or something.
That's funny. But yeah, and Speedball Mike Bailey's part of that team they didn't want to drop the titles to. Jet Speed. Yeah, I mean they signed multi-year deals for a lot of money. So they're there. So I don't know what they want to do, but
well, that's the fucking problem. Tony Khan signs these guys and then he doesn't fucking use them.
Yeah.
So it's like, what do you do? It's like what McMahon was doing like 10 years ago. He was signing people and benching them. I'm going to use the WWE photo of these guys because, you know, fucking AEW, they police all these fucking podcasts. Not that they're going to watch us, but they have been known to come after people using their photos.
Yeah.
So let's use the WWE photo of the Hurt Business. The Hurt Syndicate, by the way, over there. But,
yeah,
bro, it's the fucking Hurt Business. Like, doesn't matter.
Now, speaking of AEW, and Captain Catch brought it up in the chat, there's rumors going around.
What?
That WWE will be booking a show.
Yes, the same day.
Same day as AEW's All Out in Toronto.
That is going to literally be an all-out war. RWK, what's up, man?
It says, particularly regarding WWE PLE scheduled for September 20th, 2025, which coincides with AEW's All Out pay-per-view. Below is detailed. Okay. WWE is planning a main roster PLE on Saturday, September 20th in Indianapolis, Indiana. The event's name and exact start time are yet to be announced, but Gainbridge Fieldhouse is likely the venue due to WWE's.
Dude, they got to stack that card, man. You're going to see everybody that's ever been a name on that show.
AEW All Out is scheduled for the same day at Scotiabank Arena in Toronto. This marks the first time the WWE PLE will directly compete with AEW pay-per-view, escalating the rivalry between the two promotions. Previous instances, okay. Yeah. So, they've done this before, not with PLEs.
They did
but
it
they've
the
done
other
it with
day.
other shows.
Wasn't there an AEW show while WWE was on?
It says here that
Saturday night's main event was going up against That's why. Okay, we're gonna talk about this Goldberg thing. Okay, this is why he said that he was pissed off and he couldn't say why for 2 weeks because of the Seth Rollins injury. I'm gonna predict right here, Goldberg was pissed because his thought was, why do you have to do this injury angle the night that I'm retiring? You know what I mean? You could have done it on Raw or SmackDown the night before. But they did it. They had his retirement match and they did the injury to counteract AEW because AEW was live at the same exact time, the pay-per-view.
Now, you said it before, though, and again, I want to get into this a little bit more, that you think it's, like, stupid for WWE to kind of go head-to-head with AEW because they're, like, it's not like a direct it's competition by default because they're the only other company, but it's not like they're not like competing for like buy rates or ratings or
Yeah, I mean,
whatever.
what's the point?
Yeah. So yeah. So I
This
agree with
isn't
that.
like it was 30 years ago at the Monday Night
No.
War, where you're fighting for supremacy. You realize, and we talked about this earlier. If WCW got a fucking 6 rating and WWE got a fucking 2, they're canceling WWE on USA Network if
Yeah.
it goes underneath the 2.
Yeah.
Because they could put something else. They could put Law and Order reruns on there and get a fucking 5.
Now ratings aren't even a factor.
They're not a factor anymore. So what is the point?
Yeah.
The point is
Yeah.
Triple H has to show who the big dog is. And
It's
you know what?
It's TKO swinging their dick. That's what it is.
It's not even TKO. It's WWE.
What?
They pay
it's
they
WWE,
pay Triple H to sit there and do all this shit. Okay?
Yeah.
And he's just doing what his father-in-law used to do. Put the heat on the other guys, which is fine, but at the same time, just do your thing, man. Nobody cares. Look at the Saturday Night's Main Event. They counteracted so badly, it fucking ruined the goddamn show. One of their top stars was pissed off about how his retirement went because they are more worried about fucking showing Tony Khan when Tony Khan wasn't making that much fucking business anyway over there.
So July 12th, 2025,
It doesn't mean anything anymore.
NXT's Great American Bash and Saturday Night's Main Event on the same day. They went against AEW's All in Texas. AEW's adjusted All in start time to 3 o'clock to avoid clash, but the events ended up having overlap.
They're gonna clash. That AEW shows go like fucking 6-7 hours, right? You're gonna be halfway in this. What's the pay-per-view called? What's the WWE show that they're running?
They haven't announced the name yet.
And that's a pay-per-view, right? Yeah, because it's a pay-per-view. Yeah. WWE can go on it, but by the time their fucking pre-show ends, AEW pay-per-view is gonna be halfway through.
Yeah. Also coming up on August 24th, NXT Heatwave is going up against AEW New Japan Forbidden Door at the O2 Arena in London. The time difference is London is 5 hours ahead, may reduce direct overlap, but the scheduling is deliberate.
Here's the thing, too. AEW and WWE have 2 different audiences, okay?
Yes, yeah.
So that's another reason why. What do you care? Just if you're WWE, just do what you got to do. You know what I mean? Don't worry about them. They're not coming anywhere near you. They're not touching you. They're not taking your audience. There's completely 2 different audiences. There are people that love AEW because it sucks big fat balls. And that's just what they like.
Yeah.
It is what it is. That company has nothing going on. It really doesn't. Those guys fizzled out pretty quickly. And
if anything, you're giving them more attention by doing this shit because people were talking about their shows.
You are, but you aren't because again, nobody cares. Like,
but
AEW is just a shit show.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
there's nothing positive about that company right now.
Yeah,
we don't even cover that anymore. You know what I mean? Because there's nothing to fucking talk about.
Yeah.
The fucking promotion's a joke. They started out good. They started doing everything the right way. And there is nothing left. There is nothing redeeming about that company. Oh, well, the matches. Yeah, fuck the matches. Who cares? What's the overall game plan?
Yeah.
So, whatever. And you got these guys going over there and acting stupid, so that's fine. No one's getting any exposure. So, really quick, before we wrap it up, someone came against Gunther, and it wasn't Bill Goldberg.
Yeah, I did see that. It was Mr. Bret Hart.
Bret Hogan? I think the essence of Hulk Hogan got into Bret Hart.
Yeah. Let me pull up the article here.
Oh, I got a good picture right here. I'm going to use this one. It's blurry. God damn you.
So it says, Bret Hart is in the news today as he's been vocal about his disapproval of Gunther's in-ring style, specifically criticizing his use of his knife-edge chops and what he perceives as an unnecessarily stiff approach that causes real pain to opponents. Hart, known for his technical precision and emphasis on making wrestling, expressed these views in an interview on the Masked Man show on August 6, 2025, during a live recording at Summer Bash 2025 in New York City. Below are the key points. Okay. Disapproval of chops.
Where the fuck
Hart
did this
called...
picture go? Hang on.
Okay.
It's a goddamn computer. Desktop, you fuck. I'm waiting to drop this photo in while you're talking, and it's not showing up. Here we go. I got it. Okay.
Got it? Okay.
Yeah.
Says Hart called Gunther's reliance on chops bullshit and lazy shit wrestling, arguing that they unnecessarily hurt opponents without adding much to the match storytelling. He stated, "I hate wrestlers that hurt each other on purpose. I hate it when you're out there getting beat up and hurt by a guy for real. Everybody thinks it's like it's like fake chops. Whoever want to fight with a chop, what a waste of time." He recalled his own experience wrestling Ric Flair, who popularized chops, noting that after a 30-minute match with 15 chops, his chest was bruised and painful the next day, making it hard to wear a shirt. Hart questioned, "Doesn't Ric Flair know it's a show? It's not supposed to be real. I'm not supposed to wake up with a really sore chest." Hart references his father, Stu Hart, who ran Stampede Wrestling, told wrestlers nobody ever beat anybody up with a chop, and emphasizing the move is ineffective in a real fight.
But it's Gunther's moveset, man.
yeah. Like it's not that serious. Like he's like, Hart also claimed he confronted Gunther directly, telling him to his face that his hard-hitting style is bullshit and unprofessional. He said, "I have no respect for guys that hurt each other all the time. It's just lazy. I've told him to his face, it's bullshit. When you're hurting somebody for real, you're unprofessional."
Dude, I need that video. I need a video of him walking right up to Gunther and saying, "This is bullshit."
Yeah. He said, despite his harsh words, Hart acknowledged Gunther as a nice enough guy when they met, indicating his criticism is professional, not personal. Hart philosophy emphasized that wrestling should pretend to be real through technical skill and storytelling, not by inflicting pain, which is he sees the hallmark of his own. So,
pain.
Yeah,
he acts like he's torturing people in the ring. Like,
yeah, I don't think it's that serious. Again, I understand what Brett's saying, but at the same time, it's like it does add to the story. Like I know Punk was probably telling him like, "Yo, lay this shit in there." Like it's not just like he's just going at it. Like he's going against what they have planned just to chop somebody and hurt them. It's part of the story of the match. It's like like you guys running around backstage just chopping people.
I don't understand what Brett's whole like thing is about confronting people that could quote hurt each other. I get he got kicked in the head in the ring. Like I understand that. But something that Bret Hart always leaves out about that Goldberg kick that ended his career, right? He wrestled Terry Funk in a hardcore match like a week or two later. Or what was it, a month later? Because he retired at the end of January of 2000.
Okay.
So,
yeah.
That was when they took the belt off him because he had to go. He had to retire. But he wrestled Terry Funk for the title a week or two before that.
Yeah.
Which was after the Goldberg match. So people online think that Goldberg kicked him in the head and he was like done. That's not what happened. I was watching this shit. So, anyway, you got Mr. Bret Hart, and I love Bret Hart.
I love Bret. Love Bret.
We talked about earlier. He's one of the greatest champions of all time for that company. He's like the real world champion for the WWF. He took that belt with him worldwide, whereas the only company that did that was WCW for the most part, at least over here. I don't know about Japan. I don't know what Japan was fucking doing, but
yeah.
Ric Flair took that belt everywhere, defended. And by the way, Ric Flair has his streak is longer than the 16 times because he lost the title and won it back in Japan, but WCW didn't count those as wins or losses. So Ric Flair is really a 21-time world champion.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
but they don't acknowledge that.
They don't acknowledge those wins and losses. So there you go.
But yeah, no, like I agree. But also, this is not surprising. Brett has always never been shy about speaking his mind. We always would talk about. Remember when Brett had his podcast, and we would talk about what
Well,
he
his
would say.
brother fucking injured Steve Austin, and this guy's worried about safety.
Yeah, yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know,
Rest in
man.
peace, Owen. But yeah, that did happen. Yeah, it was a
Yeah, and
freak
it wasn't on
accident, but
purpose. It was, an
no,
accident. But that's the whole thing. The Goldberg kick
yeah,
wasn't on purpose. It was a fucking accident.
no, accident. Yeah.
And he's fucking
But like,
crucifying this guy. By the way,
but
and really quick, and you know this, he's forgiven Bill Goldberg several times over the years. And then
yeah,
one day he wakes up and he fucking hates the guy and posts online.
yeah.
He has forgiven him
It varies.
several fucking times.
We've
And then
talked
you get
about
all these fucking idiots online. Oh, well, he likes to hurt. Goldberg likes to hurt people. No, he doesn't like to hurt people. You really think he wants to go out there and purposely hurt somebody? Well, he went on Ariel Helwani and he didn't apologize for cracking the ref's rib. I'm sorry. I thought you had to apologize to the guy when he went fucking backstage. I didn't know you had to say, hey, I can't apologize to you right now, little Nate. I got to wait fucking 2 weeks to go on Ariel Helwani and then I'll apologize to you there. So just wait for that apology. I didn't know that guys had to do that.
Yeah.
When you get in a car accident, Nick, and you hit the lady's car, do you not say, I'm sorry, I hit your car? Do you fucking go, you know what? I got to wait till my car is fixed. Then I'm going to call that lady up in a month and then I'll tell her I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's we would talk about it before too, is that when he had his podcast, he would literally, he was the only person to get away with this too, because he was Bret Hart. He would shit on Raw. He would watch Raw and be like, I hate this show was terrible, which it was. It was bad back then. And he was like, oh, this show's fucking terrible. Da, da, da. And then the next week he'd be on Raw. Like he was the only person.
Oh,
like,
yeah, I know.
anybody else shit on Raw, they would not invite him back at all. If
Well,
if
that
Bret
was
Hart did it, he was on Raw.
he
Natty
always
the
shit
next
on
week.
Triple H, which was, he was right about Triple H. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
But then he would,
Yeah.
like you said, he'd be on Raw the next week looking at Triple H. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like they would fuck
So
with
it's like
Brett. He didn't
but
care.
Brett's never been. I understand Brett's sentiment. I just think it's in the wrong. He's directed towards the wrong person, and I don't think Gunther is unprofessional. I think Gunther is pretty. And anybody who works with Gunther says that he's like a very professional. Even Goldberg came out and said that he spoke praise about Gunther and working with him.
No,
So it's
he
like,
didn't thank him for the match on Ariel Helwani. So he's evil. Because he didn't
But,
thank him backstage after the fucking match. I'm sure he did. But according to
we
the
don't know if
internet,
he
because
did.
he didn't
That's
say it
the
on
thing.
Ariel Helwani
Yeah.
2 weeks later,
Yeah.
he didn't appreciate the match.
But yeah. So yeah, I thought it was funny. The comments, because I always think Brett is just so brutally honest that it is hilarious. But it's I think it's misdirected. I also don't think it's that. I don't think it's like crazy. People are like dragging Bret Hart for saying this. I don't think it's just Bret is just gonna do Bret. He doesn't give a fuck. He's gonna speak his mind. I just think it's misplaced here, in my opinion.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
He's
it's
also
Brett.
getting old too.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
So, these old guys, even back when we were kids, a lot of these old people, same thing.
Oh yeah. You know how many people my grandfather used to talk shit about just because he had nothing else better to do? Like, it's just, you get older, especially when you got nothing else going on. He's just sitting at home like, man, this fucking Gunther, man. I'm gonna.
Yeah, I mean, that's what happens.
I feel like every week Bret Hart is in the news for shitting on somebody like different. Like, and I think it's like he wakes up one day and it's like, this week I'm gonna talk shit about Goldberg, or this week I'm gonna talk shit about Gunther.
Yeah,
or
but
whatever
nobody
the
ever
case
goes
may be.
after him.
No,
No one ever says, hey,
He's got
he's got to check himself.
he's got so much goodwill that he's like, they're just like, fuck it. Like, I don't know, man. But
Here's the thing.
yeah,
Like,
that's
he shouldn't be, he shouldn't be canceled or anything. He didn't really do anything wrong. But, yeah, man, he just says whatever the fuck he wants. And I think it's because, out of respect from the fan base. But again, man, he forgave Goldberg like 2 or 3 times already, publicly, out of his own words. And then one day he fucking wakes up and he pissed off at this guy again. That's why Goldberg did the interview like a month ago, and he's like, I don't know what else I could do. He goes, I apologize to the guy. He accepted, and then he keeps bringing this shit up, and he goes, I can't live my life like this anymore. So I'm not sorry if he's upset today, because he forgave him already.
Yeah.
You know what it was? I think because Brett started seeing these guys were coming out of retirement and making a lot of fucking money. That's why I think he brought this shit up all over again.
Yeah.
Because Goldberg started doing the shows overseas, making the big money, and Brett had to fucking sit home and watch it on TV. When Brett is probably thinking, I could have been over there right now making all that fucking money.
Yeah.
And I think that's where this really stems from. I don't think he's bitter, but I think he's upset. So, and you know what? Who wouldn't be? You know what I mean? If you feel like your career got cut short, you're going to blame somebody. Especially if you're missing out on billions of dollars or multi-millions of dollars.
Yeah.
But Milkman brings up a good point. You know, in that Undertaker match with Goldberg, Undertaker dropped him too.
Yeah.
Undertaker dropped Goldberg on his head, and then Goldberg went to pick him up and almost dropped him on his head. But now the heat goes on Goldberg. Oh, yeah. No, because, you know, Undertaker didn't fuck up in that match either. The Undertaker never fucks up, man.
Oh, that match was terrible.
It was a piece of shit.
From
It
all
was
parties
horrible.
involved. From all parties, yeah, all parties involved.
Well, Frank and I, we watched it when it happened, okay?
Yeah.
And then we went back and we played it like 3 times, but we put it on slow motion. Undertaker dropped that motherfucker on his head first. Then he goes up for the jackhammer, and then Undertaker falls over him and almost hits his head.
Yeah.
Those guys didn't know what the fuck they were doing, or they were drunk or high. There was some shit. I don't know what the fuck was going on.
Yeah.
But they didn't know how to wrestle that day. But let's blame Goldberg because he's the easy target. You can't work. No fucking shit. That was his whole gimmick, you morons. That's why he had a 2-minute match, because he couldn't fucking work. And you got fucking all these midget wrestler guys. They don't know how to work. Look at Moxley. The guy's fucking jumping on nails and shit.
Yeah.
The guy can't work. Moxley gonna do an autopsy on himself in the ring? Like, what's gonna fuck happen on AEW next week?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know either at this point.
But yeah, I think that does it for the news, though. We kind of covered everything. If some people want to have a couple questions, we can answer them in chat.
Any question in the chat room? What's going on Raw? Can somebody fill us in?
I think Punk is supposed to be main eventing.
Who is he main eventing against?
I don't know.
I hope it's not Logan Paul. Jesus Christ.
Oh, God. You might have spoken into existence. Let me see.
Karrion Kross's new merch confirms post WWE name. Yeah, until the end of Raw when he jumps out and attacks CM Punk. Oh, he's back to Killer Kross. Wasn't that his WWE name?
I think that was TNA. It was Karrion Kross, I think.
No, they're probably going to let him keep his TNA name now. WWE's planning the head-to-head. We knew that, okay. Who the fuck is ringing my doorbell? Is she order food or something?
It's Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker versus Punk and LA Knight.
LA Knight, man. Come on. Bro, that guy is a living, breathing foghorn leghorn.
Apparently, him and Punk had a good opening segment to the show. It was a back and forth promo that apparently was good. So, I like LA Knight. I don't think he's like as great as a lot of people hype him up to be, but I do like LA Knight. But that's just me.
No, I get it too. But the guy,
Yeah.
he's one of those guys. He's like Elias and those guys. They just use this guy to have somebody on TV. He's just a body.
Yeah.
They're never going to do anything with these guys. Like Zack Ryder.
Yeah.
Same shit. Like they keep these guys in the company because the fans want to fucking see them and they buy the merch and they just keep using these guys until boom, they're just done with them one day. That's why I try explaining to Sean about Elias, okay? He doesn't believe me. Well, he's on TV, so they're pushing him. No, he's on TV so that you go and see him on the fucking house shows. You buy the merch, the live events, or whatever the fuck they're called. And he's another body.
Yeah.
He's not getting a push. Him fucking singing on TV ain't doing shit for anybody. And guess where Elias is right now? Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
We've seen this before. They did this with Zack Ryder, Damian Sandow, Elias. Now they're doing this shit again with fucking LA Knight. They're gonna play this guy out.
Yeah. What do you guys think about Bulldog versus Brett being ranked the best SummerSlam match ever over Styles versus Cena, which was number 2?
I don't care. Who ranked that? Bret Hart?
I mean, I think WWE might have put out like a.
I mean, Bulldog and Brett, that storyline, that's the whole thing.
That's awesome.
The story.
Yeah.
The story is what made that match.
You'll never. Here's the thing: you'll never see me when it comes to match quality. You're never going to see me hate on Brett because that man delivered.
Yeah, no,
that man delivered.
No, he is.
Like
that's what I'm saying. Like him and Sean couldn't hold it up against Hogan and the NWO.
Yes,
but they knew wrestling. Like those are the only.
Yes,
the I don't. I'm going to say this again because a lot of these people don't fucking understand because they weren't around back then. The WWF was never known as the wrestling company. Never.
No.
It was always known as the Cartoon Kitty Company. You know, Hulkamania, the Bushwhacker, all these fucking guys. Hillbilly Jim.
The over-the-top characters.
Which, by the way, Hillbilly Jim is the only man that's alive from the Hulk Hogan cartoon.
That's so crazy.
He's the only one that's left out of all the people on that show. Anyway, Hillbilly Jim. You had the Goon, who was the hockey player. He had fucking boots that look like skates. Yeah. This was the Kitty Company. It was like the Cartoon Company. Now, people like my grandfather watched TBS 605 for WCW. Yeah. Because to him, that was real wrestling. Because they didn't do the kiddie shit. They had adults acting like adults. It was only after Attitude Era that McMahon ran out of fucking ideas storyline wise. And then he focused on the craft.
Yeah.
Oh, they're honing their craft. This guy never gave a fuck about wrestling before. All of a sudden now, he's using it to get people into the matches. And if you don't believe me, go back and watch the old WWF. This guy didn't give a fuck about matches.
No, some of those matches from those early, like very early WrestleManias were
he
awesome.
Never went in the locker room and said, guys, you better give me a great fucking match tonight. He went in the locker room and be like, guys, here's what you're doing tonight. I'll see you out there.
Yeah.
It was Savage and Steamboat who fucking sat there and mapped out that whole goddamn match because they wanted to have a good match.
Classic.
They weren't doing it for Vince because Vince didn't fucking care. They were doing it to show people in the audience, you're going to get your money's worth with us.
Here, and there's some people here that actually give a shit.
Right.
Yeah. like, yeah, those two were way ahead of their time.
And that is
Way
the
ahead
match
of their
that people
time.
talk about
Mm-hmm.
besides Hogan and Andre, Steamboat
Yeah.
and Savage.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. That's like, for the wrestling nerd like me, like when I went and like, because my like the video store I used to rent movies from, they had all the old Coliseum videos of all the old WrestleManias. So I would go and I would, as I was younger, I would rent the VHS tapes of the old WrestleManias and watch them. And even as when I was younger, when I watched WrestleMania, when I watched um what WrestleMania was, the Steamboat and Savage match? What was that? That was that
Steamboat Savage, WrestleMania 3.
three. That's what I don't know why I blanked on that. But that stuck out to me more than Hogan Andre. I remember when I watched Hogan Andre, I was kind of like, that's it. But like, obviously, it's for the big slam. Like, that's why
That's what I'm
everybody
saying.
remembers
Like,
that
they didn't give a
match.
fuck about wrestling.
They cared. They
It
cared
was all about the
moments.
story. Like, the story was
and
Hogan
and
versus the big guy.
moments. Yeah, in the moments.
Look at
And
look
that,
at $1 Million Man, okay? $1 Million Man would go to the fucking bar and buy everyone dinner and everything, right? To prove he was really $1 Million Man.
Yeah.
Bro, Ric Flair's on fucking TV saying, yo, fuck them people. I'm spending all my money on hookers and fucking booze tonight. Woo! And he'd fucking walk off the screen. So who are you gonna believe?
Yeah.
Fucking $1 Million Man or the guy fucking telling you, fuck everybody, I got money, I'm spending it.
And then you would see him out that night if you were in town.
And you would see him you see him blowing all his money. This guy would only go out during the day with cameras.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, man. Like,
Oh,
it's the
man.
difference there. That's why people
Yeah.
wanted to watch WCW. And then they showed blood on there. WWF was always against blood.
Yep,
You
it was
guys,
PG. I mean, that was the
dude, I don't think people understand something, okay? When Ted Turner bought WCW before the Monday Night War, okay? McMahon would write articles in the newspapers saying how Ted Turner is showing blood in professional wrestling and how it's disgusting and it's affecting the business and blah, blah, blah. He would take ads out in, I think, the New York Times to just shit on Ted Turner. Oh, they're using blood. 5 years later, McMahon's fucking bleeding on TV. It was okay for him to do it, but when Ted Turner did it, it was hurting the business of professional wrestling. You guys need to go back and really look into this stuff. McMahon was a huge fucking crybaby when it came to competing.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, he knew what he was doing, and he knocked down the giant. But it's not like he did it by himself. I think AOL had something to do with that. And by the way, AOL
is ending dial-up.
It's ending dial-up. So that means Nick will no longer be on this show starting September 30th.
Yes, I'm on dial-up.
AOL dial-up.
I'm the last dial-up. Apparently, there's still members of AOL using AOL dial-up. So
yeah, not me. I mean, I have AOL, but I don't have dial-up.
No.
You know, AOL, they really fucked everybody over because when we got cable, they were still charging us $20 a month. But then I found on their website their Q&A, and it's like, oh, if you have cable, then it's only $3 a month. And we're like, what? So we called up and they credited our credit cards and everything, and they're like, oh, we're so sorry. They took money out for years.
Oh, yeah. They were doing that for a lot of people.
They never notified anybody.
No.
Bunch of assholes. But
Yeah,
they credited us like $200 on one credit card. Like, it was crazy.
Yeah, you had to notice it yourself, or they were going to say shit about it.
Yeah, they kept it on their pay.
Yeah.
You know, they email me every fucking day. Oh, yeah, your computer might be compromised. I'm like, I'm on my phone, you fucks. I'm not on a computer, you fucking idiots. Anyway.
Yeah.
Join this, join that. But they never emailed me back then saying, hey, you know, if you have cable, then you're not paying much money. You had to go to the website and look for that. So,
Yeah.
but they took the $20 every month. They knew you had cable because you were connecting through a different provider and they could see it.
Yeah.
I didn't even know
Yeah.
about the ads. What ads?
The ads that Vince put in the Times.
Oh yeah, no,
Or-
look it up.
Yeah.
Google it. There might be videos on YouTube about that too. Dude, he took every ad that he can take on Ted Turner. Everything that they did, he would put out there in the public and be like, "Oh, look what they're doing. Look what they're doing.
Yeah.
They're hurting the business that we're all trying to run here." And then the Attitude Era comes around, and you didn't see Ted Turner take any fucking ads out on Vince.
Yeah.
Ted Turner thought what they were doing was fucking funny on Attitude. And he told Eric Bischoff, "Hey, you should do that on our show." And he's like, "We can't really do that
Yeah.
because your company won't let us do it." So, I don't know.
All right.
Well, that's it. No questions, right? That's it.
Give me one second. Give me 1 second.
All right. Any questions before he comes back? Hurry up. I think his dial-up is going out now.
Okay, sorry.
All right.
My cat was going rogue. But yeah, I think that's gonna do it. For this episode of the podcast, jam-packed show. We had a lot to catch up on. We'll be back next week with a panel show where we will have Cougar Man over there and Sean, aka Kenny Omega Guy, on. We'll see what we're gonna be able to discuss. There'll probably be some more news dropping, 100%. Might not be as jam-packed as this week because we had like 2 weeks of news to get through, but we got through all the big key stuff.
Well, I'm wondering if they're going to talk about how this is going to work with the pay-per-views. Because before we go, ESPN does have 2 package deals. They have one that's cheaper and they have one that's $30 a month. But they're not saying which tier you need. We're all assuming it's a $30 tier. And now that they got the NFL, Nick, they might raise that tier before WWE even gets on it. They might say, "Oh, you know what? We just got the NFL, so we have to raise it $50."
Yeah.
I think ESPN needs to really look at the wrestling audience and be like, a lot of those people don't watch all those sports because the package is great. If you watch all the sports and all that shit and wrestling, you're good for $30. But there's a lot of wrestling fans,
that don't.
That don't watch football, baseball, basketball, whatever the fuck. And I know those aren't all on there, but they don't watch other sports. There's wrestling people that don't watch UFC. Shocking, right?
Yeah.
But they're not going to pay extra for stuff that they're not going to use. So, and this has been the thing for years. It all goes back to music, CDs, and cassette tapes. You would buy a tape because of a song, and it would have 10 different other songs on it. You'd be like, yeah, I don't listen to that shit. I just want that one song. So they started releasing singles on CD and tape.
Yep.
I don't know if people remember that.
Yep.
And now Amazon does the same thing. You want to buy a song? You can buy the one song. You want to buy the whole thing? You get it discounted, but you have a choice now.
Yeah.
ESPN will make Game Pass look cheap. Until Game Pass decides to go to, $30 a month. Then what happens? But we have to see what's going on with that. I think that will probably be the news next week. So we have to wait and see. Unless something crazy happens again.
Yeah. But anyway, I think that is going to do it for this episode of the Cheap Pop Podcast over here on Game Planner's YouTube channel. Thank you guys once again for listening. And please be tuning in next week with another episode. I'm Nick.
I'm Perry.
And we'll talk to you guys later. You guys have a good one.
All right. Peace.
Goodbye.